For this lesson, you'll need 3 supplies. You'll need the counting rope, you'll need the numbers I hear recording sheet. We have numbers 1 through 10 on the front, 1 through 20 on the back, and then you'll need a hundreds chart. So the first thing you'll do with students is you're going to introduce them to their counting rope. Now, they haven't used this tool before, and it's really important that they know that it is a tool and not a toy. So with students, what you'll have them do is whichever hand they write with. So if I'm right-handed, I'm going to take my counting rope and put it on the opposite wrist. So I just put mine on my left wrist. And you'll give kids time to play and explore their counting rope, move the beads around, whatever they need to do. Talk through what they notice. So I have groups of 5, and then it switches colors. That might be helpful. Oh, look, I could count 10, 20, 30. So talk through those things. Also, how many beads are on this counting rope altogether. Once you've done that, go ahead and practice counting with students forward and backward. So you can go ahead and count 1, 2, 3. Go really slowly. Make sure they're with you. Once in a while, I would even say pause, and let's make sure they all match. And get students all the way to 10. And then once they've gotten all the way to 10, counting one by one, then go backward. 10, 9, 8. Depending on how much time is allowed, I would say this should take you no more than about 7 minutes. So if you counted backwards from 10, then you could go up to 20 forward and back, 30 forward and back. Again, use your discretion as far as how much time, but I'd say about 7 minutes on the counting rope. After that, we're going to reinforce some of our whole group lesson of counting by tens. And so you'll use a hundreds chart. And basically, the hundreds chart's just there for a visual, and students are going to practice counting by tens. So you'd point on the hundreds chart, and students would say that number. Ready? 10. Everybody, 20, 30, 40. Go forward, go backward. And then if you want to, you can provide students each with their own hundreds chart to point and go along with you as you count, but that's up to your discretion. And if you think kids could handle it, or if they just need one in front of them. And then the last thing, so I would spend about 5 minutes on the hundreds chart. So you've got 7 and 5, so you're at about 12 minutes in to the group. And then this last thing that I would do with students is numbers I hear. Later on, we're going to use some music and some recordings, but right now I just want them to learn how to use this sheet. You can randomly call numbers, or if you prefer, you can use a deck of cards, but you're just going to say out loud to students a number that's 1 digit. So you might say 4. And students find the very first box, and in that box they're going to write what you said, which is a 4. We'll have a mistake towel on the table, and that way if a student makes a mistake, you can erase for them. They're going to try and erase, it'll smear, it's fine. If you feel like students can't handle the marker, we can give them paper copies, that's not a problem. Now, let's say that I say the number 3 next, and the child writes it like this. What I would do is I would correct them by writing it correctly here, and then drawing a line for them right next to it. So they've got the 3, and then they can correct it right there. And you'll just keep going until all the boxes are filled. I wouldn't correct this right away. I would correct it after we've finished with all 10 numbers. We'll go back and look at students to see. That way we're not slowing everyone down for one kid. If you have extra time, feel free to go back to counting by tens. You could count by 5s and 10s, or you are more than welcome to go back to the counting rope. Thank you so much.